I prefer the coffee.
What up, though? It's your boy Coffee back with another one, and yes, we are talking about the disrespect that's going around. Yes, if you watched the last Patreon episode, yes, it didn't have no video, but it had audio, and Joe disrespected his best man's, his co-host Emanny. They say they know each other for 20 plus years, 16 plus years, whatever the case may be, but do you disrespect your friend like this on airwaves that go to 3 million people? Y'all give me y'all thoughts. We gonna talk about it. I'm about to play the clip. Let's go.
Dark,
I'm gonna make it dark every time you try to play.
It's my mama love and said, I don't want to play like
My
that.
mom's birthday tomorrow too.
I know. You told me.
Happy birthday to my mom.
Happy birthday, Mom Dukes. Even though you took off the part of the chain, I like.
No, she.
No, the circle. That's not the circle.
The ashes is in here.
But that's
What
not
is the circle chain? What happened?
You put the circle in the drawer, though.
What happened to the circle chain, boy?
What that's yours?
It unscrews.
It unscrews.
Like, come on.
Yo, keep the ashes over there. I can't hold it.
I'm just showing you.
I'll blow your mom all over the couch.
Are you stupid? Why the fuck
Mel,
you
how you gonna-
Mel,
Yo.
hey, Mel, fix him up.
Yo, shit, nah.
What's wrong with you?
Don't do that. That's not funny.
My sister watches. She gonna fuck you
Oh,
up.
shit.
I tell you.
Mel, man, what happened, nigga?
She's like, a word.
All right,
Stop.
Listen, me and my mom the other day had another talk about
That.
how to handle her when she leaves.
And my mother just had it too.
She reiterated that I'm not touching the money that she got because I'm doing okay. It's going to go to my brother.
That's
She made sure
fair.
that she told me how much it was. It was a lot. And she said he going to get all of that. So I was like, all right, that's peace. And then she told me some more shit.
And who cooking for
And I
Mother's
was
Day?
like-
You said, yo, who catering that dinner?
Like, I ain't gonna lie, your plans change every 10 years about how you want to be handled.
As
Like,
does
this,
life.
This
That's
is a
dope,
conversation we
As
have
it
to
should, though.
continue
That's
to
dope.
up
It is an
there.
ongoing
That's
conversation.
As it
That is
should
fire.
be.
That's fire.
So
Absolutely.
my mom said, well, actually, the last time we had this talk, in a deep moment with my mom, she told me that they already got a plot dug up by her mom. It was a real mushy talk until I said,
I just had it.
well, where's your mom?
Yo, stop it.
And
Stop.
you know, for real, I was having a moment with my mom. Now, mind you, on my dad's side, everybody is in the same
The family
lot
plot.
from the 1700s. Even
In South
though
Carolina?
whoever owned it might have died, and we don't know who owned it now. It gets tricky. So I said, Mom, where's Grandma buried? And she looked at me and said, the Bronx. I said, well, check this out. Well,
Wait.
guess
It ain't but so many places in the Bronx to be buried.
Guess who ain't going to the Bronx? And guess who ain't putting you in the fucking Bronx? So the other day she said it again. She was like, hey, I don't know if I want to be buried, but they got my plot right there in the Bronx. I said, don't you worry. In the name of you, when you are gone, I am going to do your favorite activity. And I'm going to go up there and get the refund. The way that you like to go to these little
You
stores.
gotta pass it on.
No. I'm going up there. Hey, whatever's going on at G6, whatever, how they do it? Hey, pump 7, whatever. Hey,
Let me get some nachos
Hey,
and fill up
let me
on
tell you something.
Yo, fill up on 12.
Pablo could put the dirt bag in that one, buddy.
Yo,
They don't do it like
my
that.
family used to be in the upper.
They don't dig it up for real.
I don't
you
know.
ass.
I don't know.
It's just a space.
My
That's
family was in the
reserved.
upper
Oh, well.
because my grandma and
You can
grandpa
put that money back on the card.
they purchased mad plots.
You get
And
a
it was
black.
supposed
You
to
gotta
be-
get a black.
It was supposed to be to the first people who passed.
Hey, they would
Dispute that shit. I ain't want this.
No, Amex don't play. Amex don't play, nigga. The customer is always right.
Yeah.
Do y'all want to be buried by your parent?
No.
I mean, not by, next to.
No.
They all cremated.
So it's a hard one
You
for
know
me.
my stand. I don't
It's a hard one for me, bro.
Your parents cremated?
Cremated.
All right, I'm not.
Yes, I know y'all just heard that and was listening to like, what did I just hear? Did Joe Budden just disrespect one of his best friends, Emanny, like that on airwaves to 3+ million people? Yes, he did. But that is part of Joe Budden's character. You know, he disrespects his friends, fires them, you know, farts in front of their faces, girlfriends. It don't matter. But at the end of the day, It's just so much you could take. I know that's his boss, but at the end of the day, you just have to step up and say enough is enough. And I wouldn't do that to any of my good friends. I wouldn't even do that to my enemies. Don't have no enemies, but it's just crazy how stuff can happen to others and not happen to them, because we know if it was vice versa, man, the show would have ended. But at the end of the day, y'all give me y'all thoughts, comment, like, subscribe. And I just really wanted to understand his reaction. And the crazy thing is, he threw a space last night, and this guy actually apologized for his best friend disrespecting his deceased mother. Rest in peace to her. But some things I'm trying to understand, but at the end of the day, it might be COE. So at the end of the day, man, y'all give me y'all comments, like, subscribe, enjoy. Let's go.
If y'all really want to know the truth, you should hear the dark shit and the dark humor that we have off camera. And I know most people don't want to believe it, and it's gonna sound like I'm caping for shit, but that's just the relationship I have with him. And me and my sisters make similar jokes. We have very dark humor. I'm glad that when they heard it, they got it and they understood. And I'm concerned with them, but I ain't concerned about what nobody else think. Like y'all, not to
when
disrespect nobody, but y'all don't move how I feel about shit.
when you're potting like in real time, right? How do you know? Granted, you know Joe and the rest of the cast very well because you guys have a long relationship.
Well,
But
I don't
how?
know. Well. Let me also correct that. I don't
Who,
know the whole cast very well.
who don't you
So,
know?
well, I just meeting Mark.
Okay, that's true.
I've only known Melissa for a few years and Flip as well. Everyone
Okay.
else, I've built 10 plus years relationship of knowing, seeing, being around on a regular basis. So I have a better understanding, and we have me, Corey, Joe, Ice. We all lived in the same house together.
Right.
Like we've lived in the house together, shared different moments. Um, Parks as well. I mean, Parks, is kind of just falls in line with the fact that we toured together, so we shared a lot of spaces. But um, I let's just say, Mark would not be able to make that joke. That's clear as day.
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? Mark
I,
wouldn't be able to make that joke, and I don't think Mark would ever feel that comfortable because me and Mark haven't built that type of relationship where he would be comfortable enough to do that because I just know him as a man would understand that. Me and
because I
Joe,
was
yeah, me and Joe, me and Ice, me and Corey, me and Vern, like we have that relationship where we can go to the darkest, to the brightest of shit, and everything be cool, and me never feel like they really trying to play with me as a man and nothing like that. Like it's just, when people kind of throw that out and kind of feel like that don't mean shit, but it means something to me. It don't have to mean nothing to y'all, but it means a lot to me. So.
because I was gonna say like when you're potting in real time, how are you able to tell? You know, I guess when a joke is too far or when it is just a joke. Like how are you able to tell when you're potting in real time?
I mean, it depends on the person. Like for me, there's been moments. I think everybody's probably had a moment where they said, "All right, listen, that's a bit much. Take that out, or this and this and this and that." I didn't feel that at all. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. I woke up because I wasn't really trying to get online like that Saturday and Sunday. I was kind of just in my bag. My mom's birthday was Saturday, and then Mother's Day was Sunday. So you know, Saturday, me and Joe went to the game. Left the game. I went out, did my thing. Sunday, everything was cool. Monday hit, and it was just like, wait, what the fuck? What's the fuck is going on? Like, I'll be honest with you, I didn't even realize that joke was gonna hit people like that. Honestly, like, I understand why it does now, but when if I'm stepping outside, and the thing is, everyone's gonna say, well, the joke was made about you and your mom. How could you not understand how that hits? And just like, well, yeah, I also don't understand the relationship I have with the person who made the joke and the jokes that we've made in the past about way more serious thing. We have dark humor, man, and if y'all choose to believe it, I choose to believe it. If you don't, I just kind of just let y'all think what y'all want at this point. I'm just kind of confused as to why everyone felt the need to feel something for me and not at least give me the opportunity to share how I actually felt. before they want to make
Nah, fuck
judgments.
that. Fuck Joe, nigga. We ride, nigga.
Nick,
We
Nick,
versus ride
Nick,
for you, nigga. Nah, that shit over with.
Nick, we not. Yeah, see, this is the type of shit that I'm just not for. That's what I'm not for. I'm not for niggas wanting to go ahead and be taken seriously, and then when you give them an opportunity to speak, then they get into that. Like this is not the be funny moment, Nick. And I don't want to mute you or shut you up, but if you're gonna come up and say something, you can say it without all the extra shit.
Hey, Emanny.
And salute to you, Nick. But yeah, I ain't with that energy right now. Yo, Rio, what up?
Oh, that was.
Yo, at some point, my bad, Rio. Go ahead.
Oh no, he thought that was me speaking first. You go
Oh,
ahead,
my
Kev.
bad. Oh, I thought that was Rio. My bad, Kevin. Go ahead, Kevin.
Yo, at some point in the pod, you said that, yo, like every time I speak, it ends up with a joke. So, like, at some point, like, is that like how you really feel? Or was that a joke too?
I The one thing I don't want to get into is explaining the pod. Like just like I just want people to enjoy it and be entertained by it. Like it takes away the entertainment factor if I gotta come up here and explain the actual entertainment aspect of it. Like if there's ever anything serious enough to talk about, I'll do that and I'll do it in a serious way. Like now. Like I ain't coming up here to joke. I ain't coming up here to make anybody feel like what they saying is off. I'm just giving myself the opportunity to speak for myself and not have a whole bunch of people talk for me. Especially a whole bunch of people that I know don't really give two fucks about me and my feelings. Like that's my thing.
That's,
Like
I get
there's
that,
a lot of
but
people on here that I do think genuinely are bothered by certain things, and I think they speak from a caring place, which is why I say, salute to those that genuinely are concerned or genuinely felt what they felt. But for the people that just want to see the mess and the people that that don't really give a fuck about how I feel, I'm not entertaining you niggas, and I don't think anybody like if this is your motivation to stir up a pot and this is what you're using to do it, then cool. Just go do it with somebody else. I don't have to entertain it. Now, if we're gonna have a real conversation about how I feel and why I feel the way I feel, then cool. Otherwise, I'm not for the stupid shit. I'm really not. I'm not, especially with
that's,
strangers. Like people are talking to me like the people I'm dealing with at the workspace are people I don't know. Like if I did not have the rapport, I did not have the history, and I did not feel the way I felt, I would smack anybody in their fucking face for playing with me in that way. I think I've already displayed that in too many different occasions. I think me being in the situation legally that I'm in now already expresses that. I don't have a problem with displaying my anger. I also don't want to be confused, and I don't want people talking for me. Go ahead, Rashad. Nick, I'm gonna let you back up, but if you come with this bullshit, man, I'm gonna block you, bro. I don't want this stupid shit today. So,
E, what's the word? How you feeling?
Rashad, what's good, bro?
All good, man. I just wanted to bring something up, man. I you was in a space with Flip, and I think the young lady name is TT or something,
Yes.
and y'all was talking to her about her explaining different things
Mm-hmm.
about the content and letting people in, see behind the curtain. I think that's what you're doing, cause like you said, folks don't really care, and you like in a lose lose, right? Cause they gonna say, oh, you should have did something, and if you come up here and say, nah, me and Joe got that relationship, they gonna say, oh, well, he can't be mad at Joe because Joe paying his
Yeah,
salary.
yeah, I mean, no,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. No, listen, that's gonna happen no matter what. I don't think any of that is what I'm trying to speak to. I'm not trying to convince nobody or nothing. I am also trying to create spaces where I can have real honest dialogue with the people that want to have it. So
yeah.
so whether people, if people want to take this as, oh, he's just creating another piece of content off of this, then that's fine. But for me, this is not a negative piece of content. This is me to have a real honest conversation with the people who really want to have it. And
Yeah, I think you standing up for your
I
man
do
is
know that
cool.
there's a bunch of people in these spaces that do want to have these honest conversations and really be taken seriously in the moments when it's time to be taken seriously. And let's just say the narrative, or let's just say the thought process is he is on a podcast where a lot of the times he's not being taken seriously or this and this and this and that. Cool, right? It's up to me to now create spaces where I'm actually being able to do the things the way I want to do it, and then invite the people in who want to be a part of it. And then the people that don't want to be a part of it can just go ahead and continue making their jokes, and go do whatever you want to do. Just don't do it with me. That's all.
Yeah, I see you when you made the tweet out, I was like, yeah, he's standing up for his man because it was a lot of shit going on, and then it didn't look the best
Nah,
when it
I ain't
was
standing up for
taken
that
down.
nigga. Listen, I don't need to stand up for Joe. Joe is good. I'm not speaking for that nigga or standing up. If I wanted to go ahead and do that, I would have did that the moment they was talking about it. I was just
But it
kind of
seemed like
confused.
you are. It seemed like
I
you are
don't,
with
but
them
I'm not
space
concerned
because.
with what it seemed like. I'm saying the words I'm saying. Y'all gonna choose what y'all want to choose to believe. Period. It's not gonna stop me from saying what I want to say. Like y'all, like at this point, why are y'all more invested into what I feel about something, and then when I'm giving you
Well,
the opportunity to hear the truth about it, you just want to downplay it anyways. It's just kind of like the people that want to go ahead and converse about it, let them do so. And then the people that don't believe it, don't believe it. And go hold your rooms and your forums and make your jokes. And that's cool. But I'm not here to defend Joe. I'm not here to defend a joke. I'm here to just speak what I feel and then allow people to interact with me in a positive, constructive way. That's all I'm doing right now.
all right, okay, salute. I mean, you don't want niggas to defend you. All right, peace. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm gonna still do it regardless. But I mean,
Nick,
hey,
y'all can listen. I ain't on here to control nobody and what they do. I've learned that a long time ago. Niggas is gonna go ahead and do whatever they want to go do. I'm also gonna do what I want to do, and I just want niggas to respect that as well. Rio, go ahead, bro.
What's good, E? What's good, everybody on stage? It's a few things that I want to bring up. I don't know if you seen this post. It was about like friends and how like the best friendship is the one where you can joke with and talk shit with the person. Cause some they was saying like you be giving them your honest feelings about shit, even in a playful matter. So when shit get real, you can really have a real conversation with them too. Like the relationships when you don't joke like that or talk shit to your friend is like you can't even really have real conversations because you don't know. But when you can joke with a friend like that, you can go far.
I don't listen. I can't say that for everybody because some people ain't with that level of joking at all.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
some, and they have every right to be that way, and they have every right to go ahead and demand that their friends have that limit and boundary with them. I don't have that. Like I don't have that relationship with my friends. Like the people
And
that I
I think
really,
you learn y'all boundaries too by joking.
yeah.
You,
I mean,
you
and
you know you joke and then you see where that joke goes, and if it goes far, you like, all
let
right, I
let
can't make that same
let me
joke.
let me just make it very clear. If that or anything, now let's just remove from that. If there's anything at any point in time where I feel is really bothering me or really pushing me to a certain point, I'll remove it. I'm s- Yo, take that shit out. We not even doing that. We
Facts.
not even playing that game. Boom, boom. So honestly, that's not even a question. Like when me and Ish had it back and forth when I kind of first started going up there, and it got kind of like testy. I said, yo, take it out. Like take it out. I don't even want people to see this back and forth because first off, it wasn't positive. Secondly, it was all ego shit. A lot of it on my behalf that I could have did um off camera so that we would have got on camera and had a better conversation. But we all got editing right up there to say what we
Mm,
don't want to be seen and what we don't want to be heard. So if there was at any point where that would have hit or stung or made me feel away or felt like I was disrespecting my moms or my sisters, anything like that, and I'll be honest with you, that's the one thing I do want to get better at because
right.
luckily enough for my sisters, they do know me, they do know our sense of humor, and funny enough, they have, especially my older sister, has a very dark sense of humor as well. So if they would have felt the way and they would have been offended, I would have definitely approached or said something to make sure that they were represented the right way. But
Right.
once I spoke to them and they felt like how I felt, I was like, all right, fuck how anybody else feel. That you can assume I'm cool because the money, you can assume whatever the fuck you want. As long as they good, the, my mom's kids, as long as we all good, all the rest of y'all, the think pieces
It
and
don't
y'all
even matter.
opinions, yeah, it don't matter. And you don't have to believe that that's the case. You don't have to feel like I'm saying anything valid. You can assume that I'm letting shit slide because I get paid. Whatever you want, that's cool. I'm cool with letting niggas believe what they want at this point.
Hey, you and Joe the same sign too, ain't y'all?
Yeah, yeah,
So y'all have a
yeah,
lot
but I
in
don't. Yeah,
common than most people think.
yeah, but I don't want to. I don't want to play into that because then
No,
people.
not even
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
sign, just even just having that in common and then having a long term friendship. Y'all know each other very well.
Listen. I,
You know what I'm saying?
I,
And
I.
y'all live together. That's another whole level.
Well, I've talked about the fact that we've had conversations about my father's funeral, and Joe was there, and Joe was there, Maul was there, and a couple other people that I consider friends, and they got a chance to witness and see my family. My family bugged out. A whole fight broke out at my father's funeral, and we joked about that. We joked about tons of things. We joked about the relationship me and my father had together. Like we've joked about a lot. uh some things that maybe might be more sensitive to other people, some things that people just be like, I ain't that ain't nothing. But I just want people to know what matters is how I feel about shit. And if people really are that concerned about what I feel, then it would just be, would it like the one thing I didn't see in any of those comments, I didn't see not one person say, yo, E, how you feel? Yo, E, how you feel about this? It was everyone telling me how I should feel. And that's what was throwing me off. It was like, why y'all niggas? Hold on. Oh shit. Hold on. My bad. Go ahead, Rashad. Let me answer this bad.
I just had a question for you, if you was,
Mm-hmm.
which you probably busy.
No, I'm good. I'm ready. I'm good.
Oh yeah. So like, even like outside of this situation, right? Has there ever been a situation on the pod and where something was said that you probably missed, and then when it came back, as far as backlash online or conversation online, where you did feel away, like, damn, why did that happen? Something
Nah,
that you probably didn't catch.
nah, uh-uh,
Okay.
nah. Um, there's only been two instances where I've had a conversation with anybody up there about how I felt. It was the time, like I said, with Ish. Um, and we talked about it on the pod. Like we had it out and we mentioned it, and then the conversation I had with Flip, and I mean, the thing with Flip is just a conversation that I never delved into because it's just that's just our personal business. But um, the thing with Ish was my ego and him saying something on the pod that I thought misrepresented me and what I wanted the world to think of me. So I addressed it, but I just didn't address it in a proper way. So we took it out, and
Yeah.
the thing with Flip happened off camera, and I didn't bring that to camera. That was something that he brought up on camera, which I was okay with. After the fact, because I didn't think it was anything wrong with what we went through. And after that, me and Flip got cooler and closer than anything. So I'm also like, when you go through something with somebody and you're able to build a bond after that, it just shows that you know the intent was always pure and always good. It's just level of getting to know somebody. Uh,
Does like the little brother narrative, or like the because the portrayal is like you're so much younger than Joe, and that's kind of like the what the view of you is, sometimes. Does
mhm.
that get to you, as far as you are the the little brother of the situation, and he's just gonna do what Joe says, type shit? Does that play
I
into
I
your
think
psyche?
I think I think Parks has heard enough of that before. I think Ice has heard enough of that before. I think everybody who's heard it has heard it. It ain't no different for me, and I'm not concerned with it. Like it's just you know when even when people give like the well, you need to check and you got it's like people do know that I was making money and was pretty fine before I ever got on the pod. I know the perception is what the perception is, and that's cool. But you know, I lived in LA for 6 years. And my first year, I always talked about it. My first year in LA was horrible. But I talked about having to go, start over and get the Uber. I was there for another 5 years after that. Well, I did pretty well for myself and was
Yeah.
able to, be the person in my family who was flying back and forth from LA to Charlotte to take care of my mom and do all these different things. Like I've been good. The one thing I'm never gonna have to worry about is whether I'm gonna be good or not. I'm gonna figure it out no matter what. Whether I'm in music, whether I gotta, do some other things. Whatever I gotta do, I'm gonna make sure I'm good. I'm never relying on nobody else. Um, the conversations and the jokes and the narratives is just what it is, and I'm not here to consistently step on it because I know no matter what, people gonna believe what they want to believe. But yeah, the little brother shit, like it, and I'm gonna be honest with this, I don't feel offended by none of it. Like I don't like I'm not offended by certain things that I would still deem to not be like a slight against my character. Like if Joe is being posed as my bigger brother within the space, and he's successful and he's doing what he's doing, I don't that's not a slight. It's not a slight.
Yeah, I think more towards like reading the comments and then, having conversations with different people. It was kind of like you can't stand up for yourself. You can't defend yourself. And I was
Yeah.
like, y'all know Imani like in his 40s, right?
Yeah, I
Like
listen.
I don't necessarily think that that's the
I
case.
think I think I think there's there's a need for strangers to tell me how I should move and operate because I think for them it just makes it easier for them to have a better uh, uh, experience with me. And I'm just like, I'm not here to give you a better experience with me. I'm here to give you myself. You take it for what it is. Either you listen to the jokes, you play into them, you take them serious. Whatever you decide to do with the content, do with it. I'm not here to keep explaining uh, the content piece. What I am here to do is when things like this come up, say my piece, give positive people the opportunity to really have a discourse about it because I don't think there's nothing wrong with building um, a conversation based off of this. And I do think that there's other people out there that will be able to relate in some type of way to where we can have a better conversation. So I'm using my situation at this moment and this moment to kind of just allow us to have deeper conversation. But in no way am I trying to convince niggas to think a certain way about me. I'm good. That's not what this is. So even when I make the comment is just so that niggas can just stop assuming to know how I feel about shit. Yo, six.
Question. How do you gauge what narrative to like kind of to nip in the bud and what you just gonna let fly as just far as entertainment?
I let any narrative fly that only if it's entertaining, as long as it only affects me. If it affects other people and other people are involved in it and I can't control how they feel and I can't dictate whether or not they're gonna be cool with certain things, then I would try to nip it in the bud. But anything that has to do with solely me to where I'm the only person affected by it, then I don't feel the need to have to go ahead and uh explain too much. Like the narratives that have been going around since me being up there have switched in so many different directions that at this point I would be an idiot to try to control it.
How's the learning curve been? You at this space now, but I would assume that, being on the pod, it's one of the biggest pods in the culture. And you having the eyes on you and people making assumptions and putting narratives in the beginning was probably something that you had to adjust to. Like, how did you come to the point that you're at now?
um I, I'll be honest with you, because when I first started potting, I was solely coming from the fact that I mean, before being on it, I watched on a regular basis. I was one of y'all. I was a viewer. Uh, Even better, I was also a viewer who had a front row seat to a lot of things, so I had a better understanding. So when I got up there, I felt like I was talking from that space and not really understanding the full totality of what being up there looks like. So. Um, when I got a chance to really be immersed with the whole universe of what this brings, I'm now able to go ahead and know that some of this stuff isn't a personal attack on me. It's just a personal investment into the content, the thing that I was used to also doing myself. It's just different when you have to remove yourself from being a fan and now also be the worker. Like I'm now a worker up there. So it'd be hypocritical for me to not allow people to have the same judgments that I might have once had, just being a viewer. And that was a transition. And then also, people, whether they care to acknowledge or not, before any of this, I've put out projects. I've done music. I've always been used to critique, but I was always used to critique solely based upon the music because I wasn't giving them a deep dive into my personal takes and my personal life like that. So if you like the music, great. If you didn't, I can appreciate that because I don't like every piece of music I hear. So I never get offended by someone saying, "Yo, I didn't like that Imani song." But it hits different when the person say, "I don't like Imani because he on that pod and this is how he talking." And it's just like I had to learn how to also put that in the same category as the music and the content that I was making, and not be so personally invested in someone understanding my take to the greatest degree or someone really knowing me to a certain degree. Because that was a struggle in a certain point. Today it's just like what are we doing here? Like just enjoy the shit. Enjoy the show, enjoy what you're hearing. Whether you like me as a character, as a person, or as a my takes, what is it supposed to matter to me? Now, if I get so bad to where now the company is saying, "Hey, you are negatively affecting the company," then I would have to be concerned at that point.
I think in a lot of ways, man, with this Patreon being so short and not having visuals, that we couldn't tell how you looked it or how the room felt. Cause
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, most people, if you got Patreon, you only watching it on Patreon.
yeah.
Like that's the best way to view it, to experience it, seeing it. And like I haven't actually listened to a pod, just listen without no visuals in a long time. So I think in a lot of ways we couldn't, you know what I'm saying, frame how
Right.
you was looking, how your facial expressions, because and I mean watching the pod, that's what all we look for. We look at all the cuts, you know what I'm saying, the different people and seeing how the room is and the vibe is and
Hmm.
shit like that. But shit, I think this the first Patreon ever that we ain't get no visuals in. It was short as hell.
Yeah. Go ahead, Zay.
You mean Pixie?
Well, Pixie, yeah. My bad. What's up? How
Hey,
you?
am I the only one that didn't find anything wrong with it? I'm gonna be so honest.
Mm-mm.
But the
Oh no,
reason why
I
I'm
agree.
saying
Go.
the reason why I'm saying that is because I heard the tonality, I guess, between y'all, and it didn't seem like you were offended, so I wasn't gonna go ahead and take it that way
Hmm.
because you weren't offended. Now, if it's me sitting in that position, it's a totally different story. But I'm not gonna put my feelings on you.
Yeah.
Like that has nothing to do with.
Now you're not wrong, cause um, and this is I'll be totally transparent. When I first called my sister, because my sister, she watches, but she didn't get a chance to watch everything. So I was like, "Yo, did you see the last joint?" And she was like, and this was today. So it happened today. I left out of probation. Yeah, I'm still on probation, still whatever. But I left out of probation, and the first thing I did was call and was like, "Yo, did you see the joint?" And she was like, "Nah." I was like, "Yo, go listen because they going crazy in my mentions." She's like, "Well, what happened?" So I explained to her what happened. She was just like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna go listen." And sure enough, at that moment, I was like, damn, wait a minute. What if I'm not taking it seriously enough? Like I started to question myself 2 seconds, like, hold on. I wonder if she gonna call me back and feel away, whatever. And that's just me being in my own head. Um, and then when she hit me back was like, nigga, if you don't we done made worse jokes than that with each other about other people. I was like, yeah, all right, listen, we good. She was like, yeah, listen, don't let these people. I'll be honest with you, and I made this statement on here before about me and my older sister's relationship. She's just becoming that person that I can go to in moments where maybe I might have a little bit of let me see, and she'll just remind me like, all right, listen, what you thinking, you good. Like almost taking that role of the motherly figure where giving me that like reassurance that some of the things that I'm thinking and feeling I'm not off base. So when she gave me like the pretty much like the nigga you bugging and fuck what these niggas are talking about, I was kind of just like, all right, cool. Now I feel comfortable even posting or making a bullshit little tweet or whatever. And it wasn't just solely to represent myself, it was also to represent them because I mean, we had family that felt the way that initially was hitting me, and it also represents kind of how they treat certain things. So as long as they was cool, I was cool. And I was already
Right.
and I was already cool. So Now, if they weren't cool, I have to represent them properly because they don't have a voice and they don't have the option to go ahead and respond to people who feel like somebody playing with their mom. so so that was just how I felt about it.
Who's that? Coffee?